The Federal High Court in Lagos has ordered the Inspector General of Police and the Lagos State Commissioner of Police to pay 10 million naira in damages to EndSARS protesters for violating their fundamental rights. The protesters were commemorating the 4th anniversary of the EndSARS demonstration on October 20th, 2024, when they were allegedly harassed and arrested by police officers. Well, joining me to discuss this is Declan Ihekaire, his National Coordinator, Activist for Good Governance. And I also have Osugba Blessing. She's a member of the EndBadGovernance Movement. Gentlemen and lady, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having us.
All right, it's great to have you again, Mr. Declan. All right, let me, just for the benefit of those watching, I mean, what we understand is that the protesters' claim was that they were beaten, tear gassed, and unlawfully detained without charge during, the memorial rally. And my question to you first is, Declan. I mean, what happened really on that day?
Yeah, thank you. I was supposed to be part of those that were beaten up, but unfortunately, I was out of town. And by the time I got the call, it was a distress call from my comrades who have already been arrested. At the time they spoke with me, they were in the Black Maria, still in Lekki. And they called me, and I had to leave where I was. And I started driving down, and I kept on linking up with them, and they told me they were already in Panti. I got there, I met them already brutalized, clothes torn, wounds, phones taken away, so many properties taken away. And I inquired from them, were you beaten by thugs? And they said no, that it was the police who did that to them. And the shocking part of it was that the then CP was on ground. I think CP Shola, he was on ground. And I asked him, I said, look, what has happened? I sent you a message days before the protest. What happened? I even forwarded the message to your officers, those in RRS and task force. And I showed him the message. He was shocked. But, I don't know when this impunity is going to end in this country. Probably because we're in a country where punishment is not really being meted out to those who deserve to be punished. Protest is a fundamental human right of every citizen. It's a right given to you by God to express your feeling. You needed to see what transpired that day. It was a shame, a very big shame. And I think the court has done well by awarding such, against the police. But my fear is this, will the police comply?
Okay, we'll never get to that. But let me also direct the same question to Blessing. Blessing, were you around
Yes.
that day? What did you go through as one of the protesters?
Okay, so what actually happened was that when we got to Lekki Toll Gate, immediately we alighted from our vehicle. We held our banners and our placard. We were not much. I think we were 22. Yes, we were 22. We had our banners and our placards, and before we knew what was happening, see police officers. They descended on us and they move it. I've never in my life experienced such thing. Like, I've always seen the police as police should. I've never, I don't know how to. But that day I was having goosebumps all around me because we were treated like criminals. They were beating us. Like, a comrade of mine, a female comrade, she was sexually harassed.
Sexually harassed?
Yes, she was sexually harassed by a female police officer right in my presence. So that day was, before we knew it, they put us inside the Black Maria. From there, they collected our phones. So some of our comrades' clothes were torn. From there, they closed down to Panti, and that was what happened. It was something that, God, we were treated like criminals. That's just it, like criminals. And the only thing we were holding was just our placard and our banners. We've not even done anything before the police descended on us.
So there was no prior warning, no form of physical engagement. They just came and then...
Nothing. They just, when they saw us, they just started Even one of our comrades, Comrade Soweto, he was trying to like, he was trying to talk to, but they were not willing and ready to listen to any one of us. All they knew was just move it. But the thing is, Jesus, the experience, it's not funny at all. Like no.
As a young Nigerian, because obviously you are, I mean, what impression did that leave on you?
Actually, after that day, I felt, I actually lost faith in the police after that day. Like, because the police, I always see the police as, the police is an institution that is there, that is meant to safeguard and protect the lives of the citizens. So, but when the people who are meant to guide you, when these people, the people who are meant to guide you, when they are the ones now attacking, when they are the ones trampling on your rights, you would have this second thought about them. So yeah, you would lose faith in them. So
all right, let's come to the court ruling, where of course we know that the court has asked that 10 million be paid, 10 million naira be paid in damages to the protesters. I mean, the Inspector General of Police and also the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, you know, paying that amount. And I'm coming to you, Mr. Declan Ihekaire. You said, I mean, this is a laudable judgment, but you are scared of compliance. Why?
Very well. It's not the first time we're seeing such judgment coming forth.
It's not the first.
It's not the first. It has always been, you know, where police will be asked to pay, even to non-protesters, people whose right has been trampled upon by the Nigerian police one way or the other.
And they never comply. Is that what you're saying?
Comply. But I want to sound this, and the police should listen carefully. This will be the last time they will not honor such. Even if they go for an appeal, we're going to make sure that we barricade their offices. They must learn. It's very glaring from what you have watched now. You could see what happened. Let them come out with their own evidence to show that the protesters were violent. They should do that. They should just show us what transpired on that day. That warrants a situation where people who were armless, who had only banner and placards, could be treated like common criminals on the street. We will not take that. Enough of all this. They behaved as if they were actually sent by the state to unleash that terror on protesters. They try so many things. Sometimes they even try engaging talks. I remember one of our protests in Ojota. One of our people were being beaten up in Ojota. Police were watching. August. Police were watching. My people ran to the police. Police said, oh, we can't do anything about this.
Police said they can't do anything.
They said they can't do anything, that they're also doing their own thing. You are doing your own thing. Confront yourselves.
Police told you to confront yourself.
They said they are doing their own, you are doing your own. Even the last protest we had, the June 12th, was it?
Yeah.
The last June 12th, you could see them branded. The government sponsored the protesters in quotes. Branded. And police were watching them. So I think it's time the people rise up and fight for what belongs to them. This 10 million must be paid. We will receive it. And it will be a plus in our own commonwealth as civil society that we have been enriched to the tune of 10 million naira. And we use that 10 million judiciously to also fight for more right abuse in this country. So the police should be warned that they must pay this money, whether they like it or not.
Because I know that Nigerians too might want to know how should eventually that money be paid in terms of how it's going to be used.
We know how to manage such.
It's going to be used. But I'd also like to ask you, a blessing, the same question as regards this court judgment. I mean, for you as a protester, you're a participant in that protest and a young Nigerian. I mean, what does this reflect, or what impression does this leave on you as regards the judiciary? Does this boost your faith in the country's judicial system?
Yes, it does, because, you know, most times people tell you, oh, they've lost faith in the Nigerian judiciary system. When you go to court, the court is for the rich and the powerful, in quotes, that's what people say most times. So, but with what happened yesterday, I think first and foremost, I think I would say it's a victory, not just for the movement, but for all oppressed Nigerians, for all Nigerians whose voice has been silenced, for all Nigerians who have been brutalized and harassed by the Nigerian police force. So the victory is for all of us. Then, I think this will also reaffirm our faith in our judiciary system, that our justice system works. So I think, yes, it does that, because it's actually I was kind of losing that faith and belief in it. But yesterday, with the way the judge, it was like a warning, like the police has no right to infringe on our fundamental human rights. So yes.
So the ruling came to you somehow as a surprise.
Yes, it came to me as a surprise. It came to me as a surprise.
Let me come back to you, sir. I think a few weeks back, just in recent times, there was a protest in support of the police. It was spearheaded by Omoyele. You seem to be giggling. That they need to be better remunerated. Even though on social media there are mixed reactions to this. You are a strong activist. What's your take on protests like this in support of better remuneration, in support of the police?
Yeah, thank you. I would have been part of that struggle, but I also had a mixed feeling.
Why?
I can't be fighting for those who fight me, even when I did nothing. Even when I do nothing, they fight me. Okay? And so when Showore went on that protest, I said, well, all well and good for him. But for me, I will not be part of such struggle. Because if you really watch, it was the same police that they were trying to defend also came to tear gas them. All right? So for me, I will not be part of such, because these are people whose mindset is regimented. They obey the last order. And the orders they obey are those seated in the office. The ordinary policeman on the street is willing to protest and do the needful and get their right. But because it's a regimental thing, they will not want to be part of such struggle. But with time, maybe with some push, we might have a situation where uniformed men beyond the police will also protest. However, the welfare...
I was about going there.
Yeah.
I was about going there.
Yeah.
That, do you think that if the welfare is maybe improved, right? Do you think that would, in a way, impact on the quality of service they deliver to Nigerians?
Yes.
Is it about a welfare thing, or what I call it? Is it mentality or psychological thing?
It's not. It's a welfare thing. You see, welfare in the sense that it's only in police that you see a policeman will be taken from Lagos now, where he's based with his family members. He'll be taken to Kaduna, and certain amount of money that ought to have been paid won't be paid. He will get to Kaduna. You will see him sleeping somewhere that is not even befitting for him. And don't forget, it's from the police you got the DSS. It's from the police you got the EFCC. It's from the police you got so many paramilitary organizations, and they are well paid. Okay? So how come the #1 agency when it comes to security in terms of democratic setting is always being handled in such a poor way? Go to their barracks. It's a pity situation. Okay, go to where they live. It's a pity situation. It's only in police barracks you see roofs being covered with nylon, and you find blocks,
tarpaulin
on roofs. It's quite a pity. And sometimes you see, when I see the big ogas, trying to restrain people who fight for the police, I laugh. Because as soon as they retire too, they become an ordinary person on the street. And so what legacy are they leaving behind? I was watching some officers who said they retired after 35 years, and they were being paid less than 3 million naira as gratuity. And you see the House of Rep, you see the Senate, mere saying yes or no. Some even will sit at the chamber, they will be sleeping off, reading newspaper, collecting billions of naira at the expense of those who guide them. I just thank God I'm not one of those police officers who guide most of these guys. Probably I would have voted against them. Because it's a slap that I'll be guiding you, protecting you while you are milking me. And they are so comfortable. doing nothing. Why those protecting us? I tell you, let police go on strike for one day. Let police go on strike. I mean the common police, not the organs. Let the ordinary ones on the street, let them go on strike one day. And let them go down too. You will now see the other side of Nigeria. And so they should be well paid. They should be taken care of. They have families. They go to the same market every other person goes. And so their welfare should be paramount. I hear people saying state police when you have not taken care of the federal police.
But don't you also think that if the police is sort of restructured at the state level, it's closer to the
don't forget, having a state police have not scrapped the federal police. I hope you know. Yeah. Not that after establishing the state police, you scrap the federal police. It's not. You still have the federal police operating there, and you have the state police. So tell me how it's going to work. So for me, let the welfare of the first police, the police we are seeing now, let their welfare be taken care of. It's only in police stations or police formation you see vehicles being donated by serving politicians to be branded, donated by Honorable so, a patrol van. And I now ask, if such honorable commits a crime, won't you feel somehow, say, oh, he gave us this, he gave us that generator, he gave us the vehicle.
How will he be held to account?
Do you understand? So we need to be very careful. And there's budgets meant for those things from the police service. There's budget for vehicles. But you go to most stations, you find out that most of the vehicles and most of the properties there are branded, being given out by individuals and sometimes politicians. So Nigerian police, the hierarchy, IGP, should know that Nigerians are watching. And he must do the needful to satisfy the welfare of men and women in the service.
But let me come to you, Blessing, quickly before we go on this break. Okay. I mean, for every young Nigerian, I mean, you know what you witnessed at the protest ground, and that in a way created an impression for you as regards the service of the police. What do you think can be done aside welfare now to make our police more, well, I call it civilian friendly? Okay.
So I think they need to be they need this orientation, the police. So I think there is this the ones on the streets. Let me say the ones on the street. There is this due to the fact that probably because they are not well paid and all that, I think, should I say this frustration and all that, they tend to pour it on the masses. So I think they need to be orientated again and...
Better training.
Yeah, they need a better training. So I think when they are well trained and all that, I think when the training and the welfare, when it comes together, I think we'll have a better police force.
All right. At this point, we'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll be looking at the impact of this on future protests in the country. Do you think that this ruling, for instance, further enforces and reaffirms the belief in protest in the country? Stay with us, we'll be right back. Many thanks for staying with us. It's still, of course, Politics HQ on News Central Television. All right, let me come to you, sir, because we are of course, getting to the wrap of the show. Just a quick one. Now, for the future of protest in Nigeria, if you ask some Nigerians, they will tell you that maybe protest over the years has not been so effective in maybe bending the hand of the government in terms of policy, or even reshaping and reforming how police treat civilians. A typical example, we saw the EndSARS protest that was meant to sort of reform the police, but there are still cases. And we've also seen, we saw the EndBadGovernance, and Nigerians are still not comfortable with the quality of governance. So I'm going to ask you, looking at this court ruling, does it in any way reinforce the trust, in protest?
Thank you. You can't take away protest. And every protest shakes the government.
Does it?
Yeah.
This government?
Shakes the government. If not, how would 20 or...
By the end of the day, they always end up sending police officers.
Less than 20 young Nigerians went on the streets, and you see battalions of police armed, vacated their offices. deployed all their strength to capture less than 20. It works. It works.
But does it affect policy?
Yes, it does. I tell you one thing. We had the EndBadGovernance protest. Mr. President spoke. Whether he spoke to our satisfaction or not, but we made him speak. We made his spokesperson busy. We made everybody around the government busy, either talking right or wrong. That is an indication to show that the protest worked. But one thing I want to tell you is this. Whether any government likes it or not, they must agree that protest is a right to every Nigerian. And moreover, the current president is a president that was born out of protest. I say this all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Emiloko means it's my turn. Give it to me. It's an act of protest. And it shocks me when you see the same person that benefited from protest is now the one under his own control, seeing protesters being silenced. This is the first time in Nigeria that you're seeing a counter-protest, pro-protest. Very common. Let me just tell you, if I tell you now I want to protest against this government, now, here, tomorrow you will see other people having t-shirts, branded t-shirts, to say we want to support the government. It has never happened. It has never. It started with this present government. And why should that be? But the trend is this: Nigerians know the truth. And the truth is just very glaring, extremely glaring. Look at the young protester. Look at what he just told you, how she was brutalized. For what? Because she was saying what sounded as if was poisonous to the authority. You can't silence a voice. It's not possible.
All right. Blessing, as a young protester, with everything you've been through, doing protest and all of that, do you still have faith in protest in Nigeria?
Yes, I do.
So all of what you've been through has not dampened your morale?
No.
Never.
No. When I was little, then my mom, my dad would say, they always say, go better. And till now, it never better. It's as if things keep getting worse. So if I should not say, oh, because the government is trying to suppress protests, because they are trying to kill protests, because they are harassing, they are doing everything they can to stop protests, I should not sit back and things will keep getting worse. So I feel as a Nigerian, as a youth, it is my right when the government keeps imposing policies that causes hardship on the people, I feel it is my right as a citizen of Nigeria to come out to say, no, enough is enough. I feel as a youth, it is my right. So even with all I've experienced, with all I've seen, I will still come out. I will still come out. I will keep coming out. So, and thank God for what happened. I feel, even with the judgments that we had yesterday, I feel most Nigerian youths whose drive for protest has been killed, who felt when you come out, you'll be tear gassed by the police, you'll be harassed, you'll be doing. I think with what happened yesterday, that drive that was killed would have resurrected, it would have been revived for them to know that even if such things should occur, they have the right to take them to court. They have the right to fight for their rights. So all Nigerian youths, I think it's time for us to rise. Like, we need to wake up from our slumber. Because the more we keep quiet, the more we keep looking at things, the more things keep going worse. Like, the more it keeps getting worse. So I will keep coming out. I will.
All right, sir. Before we go, just in 30 seconds, Declan, what's your message to the Nigerian police, as regards this judgment, the 10 million? you said that if they do not comply, that you will still come out and you barricade the office.
Absolutely. Our money is with them. They must pay us our money.
And if they decide to go to court?
Well, if they go to court, I can assure you, we'll still win them in court. Because
So
the evidence is there. What would they tell you? Well, the video you watched, that you see Ghanaian police there. These are Nigerian police. And the evidence is very clear. Our money is with them. They will pay us. IGP Egbetokun will pay us our money.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure having you on the program. Declan Ihekaire is National Coordinator for Activists for Good Governance, and Osugba Blessing, member, EndBadGovernance Movement. Once again, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
All right. This is where we, of course, end it on today's episode. In case you missed out, you can catch up on our YouTube platform. That's at News Central TV. You can also choose to follow us across social media. The handle is there on your screen. You can choose to follow me personally at Dapo Adeboye. Until I come your way again, good night.